What a race! Shanghai just gave us every emotion in the book. Some fans are literally crying tears of joy because their driver finally stood on that podium in red, while others are in total shock watching their team fail to even make the start line. The channel is growing and the community is getting stronger with every race. So, thank you for being here. Today, we have to talk about who's winning the 2026 Power Unit War. We knew there would be a dominance with these new regulations, but the gap between the Mercedes engine and the rest of the grid is becoming a massive problem for the competition. Let's yap about the Chinese Grand Prix. Let's start at the top. Mercedes locked the front row with a 1 and 2, and honestly, the silver arrows are looking like a different species right now. But the data is not the story here. The story is Kimi Antonelli. This 19-year-old just got his first ever win in Formula 1. He drove a flawless race under massive pressure. But it was after the checkered flag that we saw the real Kimi. He was seen crying, and I'll be honest, I loved it. I even cried a little bit too. In a world of PR training and robotic interviews, seeing that pure raw emotion was beautiful. It reminds you that underneath the carbon fiber and the 2026 tech, these are just humans chasing dreams. George Russell secured P2 and he looked genuinely happy for his teammate on the podium. But let's look at the standings. Kimi is now only 4 points behind George. They are all smiling now. But how long can that last? We have seen this movie at Mercedes before. Can you sense an internal rivalry coming? Because I definitely can. Then there is Ferrari. What a race. Watching Lewis and Charles race each other wheel to wheel was absolute legendary. Lewis took P3 and you could see the pure relief on his face. Seeing Lewis this happy and actually enjoying these 2026 regulations is gold for the sport. Last year was a nightmare for him, but this is the Lewis we missed. Even Charles seemed to enjoy the battle, and honestly, we did too. Ferrari has found something special with their 2026 small turbo design. It's giving them these rocket ship starts that allow them to jump the Mercedes cars off the line. But here's the big question. How long can this friendly battle go? Both drivers are so close in pace that eventually the team might have to pick a number one driver. Who will it be? There is so much drama to come and I'm here for all of it. Now, we have to talk about the disaster. Red Bull is in serious world of pain. Max has been calling his car undrivable all weekend and his race ended with a power unit failure. When a 4-time world champion calls the new rigs a joke and says it feels like playing Mario Kart because of the battery management, that's not just a frustration, that's a warning. On the other side of the garage, Isaac Hajar actually managed to bring home P8. But let's be real. Seeing Red Bull celebrate a P8 while their star driver says the regulation are ruining the sport shows how far they have fallen. But if Red Bull was a disaster, McLaren was a tragedy, a double DNS. Neither Lando nor Oscar even made the start line due to separate issues. Think about that. From winning the championship in 2025 to not being able to turn the car on. It's a brutal fall from grace. Seeing the world-class champions stuck in the garage while the race goes on is just sad for the sport. Both of these teams need to fix the issue because watching the back of the grid is not where the legends belong. The midfield today was a total dogfight, and honestly, we need to talk about it. My MVP of the midfield has to be Ollie Behrman. He took P5 for Haas, surviving all the chaos and proving that he belongs in that seat. But on the other hand of the Haas garage, it was a different story. Esteban Ocon finished down in P14. He's struggling to find his rhythm, and with the silly season rumors starting early, he really needs to start securing points. His seat is in danger and he knows it. Meanwhile, Pierre Gasly put in a massive shift for Alpine to take P6. We all know Pierre has the potential, and he proved once again that if you give him a car that works, he can fight. I'm calling it now. Don't be surprised if we see Pierre or Ollie on a podium before this 2026 season is over. Shout out to the new kids on the block, Cadillac. They secured their first ever double car finish with Bottas in P13 and Perez in P15. They are not in the points yet, but in only their second ever race, they finished ahead of both Aston Martins. That's a huge statement. Over at Williams, it was bittersweet. Alex suffered a DNS due to hydraulics issue, which is heartbreaking. But Carlos Sainz managed to scrape for P9. I know Carlos wanted more than just points, but seeing the progress at Williams is great. I really hope James Vowles can turn this around so we see Carlos and Alex fighting for podiums soon. Huge credit to Franco Colapinto getting P10 for Alpine, showing he's making a real progress. And finally, Liam Lawson at P7. He finished ahead of both Red Bulls. That's a massive result for the sister team. His teammate finished P12, but Lawson is the one putting the pressure on the main Red Bull seats right now. So, is the 2026 championship already a two-horse race between the Mercedes boys? Or can Ferrari find that extra 10th and return this into a three-way battle before we hit Japan? Now, I want to hear from you. Who was your driver of the day? Was it Kimi's historic win, Lewis' return to the podium, or Behrman's midfield masterclass? Comment down below. I will be down there yapping with you guys. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button and subscribe for more F1 and tech deep dives. I will catch you in the next one.